Light that shit up, TNT. It's a cold, cold world, a cold one. It's a cold, cold world. Yeah. It's a cold, cold world, a cold one. It's a cold, cold world. Yeah. I've been looking to the stars like I'm a astronaut, and this pain hurts so much, so I smoke that gas a lot. I've been hiding from myself cause I tryna get caught, and you know I right my wrongs. That's some shit that I can't stop now. I've been searching for my soul cause it's been missing. Imagine cooking breakfast, bullets flying through the kitchen, and you wait for it to start your way like you fishing. Cause if you get up, hit up, little nigga, you gon' be wishing that you never did what you did. We was shooting shit since we was kids. We were locked up in the juvenile, now we just trying to
tonight.
What's going on, fam? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Everything good? Everything's kosher.
Man, listen, we need y'all to come on up in here in this chat because, man, we got a real celebrity. I love her. I really love her. Yo, I want to give him a minute. Give him a minute.
All right,
so
all right,
what's going on with you, CD?
Well, I had a pretty good day. I had a good day. I'm not tired. You know, I got thrown into this. You know, my beautiful husband, he's out for the day, so I'm taking over. What up, family? How y'all doing? What's going on?
How y'all doing tonight?
Yeah, I did the voice. You did? No, I did.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he is in the studio, though.
Nah, Miss Lisa tell everything. Miss Lisa tell everything. I'm gonna say it like this. Miss Lisa tell everything. She just.
He's not invited.
She can't hold water. Miss Lisa can't hold water. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's ladies' night.
Yes, it is.
It's ladies' night.
It is.
Why is he here?
Because you know some people, you know they gotta be in control of stuff.
Fruity.
You know,
a grown ass, healthy, heterosexual man.
And it's all good. It's all. He's family though. He's family.
It's ladies' night. Come on,
I know. He in the background.
It's ladies' night and the feelings right. Oh, it's ladies' night. Oh, what a night.
Oh,
hey. Oh my God.
No. Okay.
I'm gonna keep mine short because I want to talk with the ladies.
All right.
Only thing I want to say, I'm Cheryl's daughter.
That's your introduction?
That's all I got.
That's how you're going to introduce yourself?
I'm Cheryl's daughter.
Oh, okay.
For real.
I'm somebody's daughter. Hello, everybody. My name is Cordelia.
I'm Cheryl's daughter.
Better known as. But can I go? Wait.
About her.
Wait, you gotta wait though. You introduce yourself, then I gotta introduce myself. Let me introduce myself. Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Hey, family. How y'all doing?
Oh shit, we ain't even.
Everything's good. My name is Cordelia. You know, I'm taking over for Dennis. You know, I'm gonna get Miss Lisa under control. We got this. We got this, babe. Go ahead, Miss Lisa. Go ahead.
Yo, that's the queen. Ain't nothing I can do.
Yes, you can, Miss Lisa.
That's the queen. Okay.
Miss Lisa, you good?
Yo,
we got Miss Lisa. Dap, give me dap, give me dap. Come on, Miss Lisa. There you go. We family.
The queen.
We good. All right. So
I love her. That's why I always pick on Dennis.
So we got a guest tonight.
Oh yes, we have a beautiful guest. We got a celebrity.
Yes, we do.
We got a real one up here.
Yes, we do.
Oh my God! If only 30 years ago this was going on, please introduce her. Go ahead, boo.
Okay, family. We got a special guest tonight.
Yes.
Whoo!
I bet you half of y'all Negroes can't do nothing.
I see. My whole thing is I don't want to butcher her name, so I'm just gonna give her a nickname, Phro.
And we gonna let you say your own name.
Yeah, I'm not gonna butcher your name, so I'm gonna have you introduce yourself,
please,
to the family.
All right, what's up, family?
You don't have to be shy, Phro. No. This is not the time to be shy. This is not the time to be shy. Go ahead, babe.
Be you.
It's Sophronia is my name. Phro is my nickname. So
it's Phro. Your nickname is Phro.
Yeah,
Sophronia.
I go by the name of Phro, but my name is Sophronia, pronounced.
Awesome. Well, welcome, Phro. Welcome to the family.
Happy to be here.
Welcome to Bmore Thursday.
Yes.
Okay? Could you please tell them what you do?
Yeah, we gonna start from now and then go backward.
They'll get
Tell the family what you do for a living.
I'm a tight end for the DCDIVAS Women's Tackle Football, WFA.
Where's DCDIVAS located? Where is it from?
Well, we practice out of Virginia, in the DV area.
And your home field is where?
Right now it's at Marshall High School or TJ. We play at different venues.
Different venues.
They normally catch us at the St. James.
Okay. So how my question now to you is, how did you start getting into football?
Well, I'm a pretty athlete for my whole life. I always wanted to play football, even when I was younger. So we played with the boys, play with all my brothers and cousins. So it was something that at a certain point in time, if it was, out in the world for us to play, I was definitely going to get into it. So it wasn't like a split decision or anything. If there's football, I definitely always wanted to play it.
But you chose to go the basketball route first.
Well, yeah, because basketball was way more, it was way more available, for a very long time before, women's football. People don't know women's football been around for over 20 years now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So did you know as a child that, you're a tomboy, right, as a child. Yeah. So did you know as a child that you wanted to be a football player? You want to hit people?
I just knew I wanted to play sports. So whatever it was, I think just basketball and football, I kind of just, veered to that.
That helped pay for college.
Well, yeah, basketball did.
That's why she got into it. Yeah, so. It paid for college. I wouldn't play ball.
Yeah, pay for college, absolutely.
That's free college.
That's free. Well,
so you had a scholarship, you had a full ride throughout college?
Ride.
And you blessed, you ain't got none of them student loans with them high interest. Okay, we got a question.
Okay.
All right, what team was she on for basketball?
In high school, college, or what?
So you can start from high school. Do it from high school.
Hi, Mrs. Evans, and the guests, Miss Slate. Hi. All right. Okay.
So you can start from high school. Where did you go?
At, Nottingham High School in Syracuse, New York.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
She was born in New York.
Yeah. So
okay.
Brooklyn bred, Syracuse fed.
Hey.
That's your peoples.
Brooklyn in the house. What's up?
That's your people.
Even though y'all used to rob us back in the day, but we forgive you.
And then I was recruited out of Syracuse. I went to Kansas, played for Kansas University for a year, and I transferred to University of Pittsburgh, and I finished there.
She finished her career there.
What made you transition from Kansas University and then, over to Pittsburgh?
I was in Kansas. It was time, but it was around time I needed to kind of get closer back to home with my mother and
New York.
Right.
Okay.
So
a little bit of homesickness. Just things just wasn't really going well for me there. Just in my spirit, really. It wasn't clicking. You first go there on your recruiting trips, everything. The hype is there, but when you really mature into that process, you understand, like, you had to really pick the best fit for you. So getting back closer to home was, that was my next best thing. I needed to get back at least a little bit closer to family.
Okay. That's an honest question. This is an honest one because I experienced it. Did you find that the Midwest is very racist? That you didn't expect that? Because I lived in Las Vegas and Mississippi ain't got nothing on them.
No, I can't say that I wouldn't. I mean, can't say that I really witnessed any racism to that extent. Thank you,
Lord. Thank you.
But just for me being that far was probably not the best decision.
You got homesick.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Just things going home. You want to be closer. Being one of the older siblings, it was just too far fetched for me to kind of.
Have y'all ever drove across the country?
I actually, we were having a conversation before this, and I was telling her, I think I told you I went to school in Buffalo. And then I told you how I was.
Wait a minute.
I told her that I was allergic to the cold.
Oh, yeah.
But yet I went to school in Buffalo, right?
It's Buffalo's freezing.
But that's close to Syracuse, though. Since you understand the cold.
Yeah.
It's cold.
I'm just saying, cold is cold.
To the cold.
Yeah. That's
people have some curiosity. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You played for Pittsburgh and you ended your career. I read that you won. No, that's the basketball. I don't want to go into that. So after you left basketball, all right, how many games did you play in professional basketball? How many, did you win any titles, or it was just?
I came out of college with 2 Sweet 16s.
All right, okay.
Pretty good experience with that. I had some good runs with that, some small highlights, but yeah, I came out, got to experience the NCAA tournament and the dance and all that. Yeah, so
and this was 2008 through 2009 in Kansas.
No,
that's in Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh.
It was actually 2008, 2009. Oh, no, actually, I'm sorry, 2006, 2007, 2007. So we went back-to-back to Sweet 16.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty great experience.
Oh, so you had skills.
So, I had a great, we were a great team. We were a great team there. We really recruited well. We had a few players come in that really, set the system right. We was just balling that year.
What was your position in Pittsburgh? What was your position there?
So
were you center? Because you're pretty tall.
Well, I'm pretty tall for my position, I guess, but I was not one of the biggest or the tallest there. But I played, my natural position was a 3 guard, which is a small forward. But I actually, throughout my career, I played the 4 and the 1. Okay. So I played point guard and power forward.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
You look basically a team.
Yeah,
I did.
That was great years. Those years were great. That's before they switched from Big East to ACC, the conference.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was the Big East.
I understand that. My son played power forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hard position.
He's arrogant too, but I love him though.
Let me tap. I'm gonna tap in a little bit. It says, how many games did your team play?
Oof. Each season we played maybe 25, maybe 30 games, including exhibition.
She said for basketball. We want to go for basketball. We gotta talk about who she.
We played throughout my career, definitely over 100 games.
Over 100 games.
Yeah.
And how many teams?
I did that. And I know you bounced me.
She's already a celebrity for that, but let's tell her. Let's drop it. You want to drop it?
No, you drop it. You got
shoes for it. Oh, it even says shoes.
No, you go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah.
She played football. She played football, y'all. She will put half of y'all Negroes on your behind. Okay? She plays for the DCDIVAS.
Miss Lisa.
I'm sorry.
Miss Lisa. I'm gonna shut you down on this one. Miss Lisa.
All right, I'm sorry.
You said that at the beginning of the show.
I don't care.
I know. I'm gonna remind you again. That's that ADAZ kicked in again.
I know it.
The ADAZ kicked in again, man.
Everybody know it.
It's all good, Miss Lisa. It's all good. So she's a DC diva.
Yeah, just keep saying DC Divas.
Number 86.
Knocking bitches.
Yes, ma'am.
She did. She
my
did.
God,
Can I tell a story? Can I share my story?
Go.
Hold on, Miss Lisa. Hold on. I'm about to tell my story. You got me. It's story time. So, Phro and I met. We met like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Right?
I ain't got nothing to say.
We met a year and a half ago.
This gonna be good, y'all.
And I saw Phro on the field. She was getting it in. She was getting it in. At the time, I had built up frustration. And I looked at her and the other ladies on the team.
Anyway.
And I say to myself, I said, ooh, they here. I said, I want to do the same thing. I did. Just watching them on the field, I said to myself, I thought I was 25 years old. I'm not going to tell my age, but I thought I was 25. And I said, I'm going to do that. I did. What I did in return, I had my personal trainer already. I went and hired another personal trainer, and I hired a football trainer. And I was preparing myself for I was preparing myself for the tryouts. Yep, I know how to tryouts. I think I had 6. I had 6. Yeah.
I came to the one.
I came to one. I won. That was the pre-tryout. Well, they didn't know. I persuaded my trainer at the time too. Shout out to Alvina. But I persuaded my trainer, female trainer, but I persuaded her to come with me for the pre-tryout at the time. We were still practicing. We didn't know nothing but football.
She did good.
But they didn't know that.
Despite what she's getting at, she did very well.
Did you hit that?
She and shout out to Alvina.
Yeah. Shout out to Alvina for taking.
They look like they've been here before. When we looked at everyone else, aside from like our teammates that came to get the workout in,
she stood out.
They stood out.
Yeah, she did. She said, I didn't feel it though. I ran. They said, hut. I bent down. I said, okay, hut. And he said, go. And I ran.
Like
I hit that
bag. Like you done this.
Hit that, flip that up. I said,
what you do that day?
Yeah. That was before I started getting rid of frustration.
What you do that day?
Yeah, that was one down, more to go. I'm like, I'm ready. They did it again. Yeah, I went back in again. I went back in.
My old ass out.
Nah. I
tried it.
Yeah, I thought I was 25.
My head off.
I thought I was 25.
Oh my God!
She was done after that bag.
I did.
She was done after the bag.
Yeah, I did. Good. But then, moving on to my story.
Go on. I was trying to delay for.
See, 6 months later, right? Was it 6 or 4? I think it was like 4 or 3 months later after that, the pre-trial. After the pre-trial, they had like an award dinner.
Banquet, yeah.
Banquet. And I got invited to their banquet, right? In Virginia. And I went. So we met during the game. She came, introduced herself or whatever. She befriended us. So we met during the pre-trial, and then afterwards we went to the banquet. So my trainer and I, we were hyping. We was like, okay, we gonna join this. We gonna do this. Remember, I got 3 trainers. I'm doing this, waking up early in the morning. I got my thing going on. Then we went to the banquet and we saw Phro, and she came in, and she was limping, and I said, oh. And then all of a sudden, we saw another one with a crutch. I said, oh! Remember the show on YouTube? And oop. Yeah, I did like it. And oop. And I said, oh no, I don't know. Yeah, and then later on, she came over and she told us her story.
What'd you do? Break your leg?
Tell the story.
Okay, so
that was it.
What she's missing is, at the tryout, I was already limping. I was actually just going through some exercises in rehab.
Right.
That had to be probably my best rehab that day if she thought I was doing something. Right.
I didn't know she was hurt.
I was injured. I have been out since the season prior. So I actually got injured the second game.
How did you get injured?
So, long story short, someone fell on the back of a D lineman, a very big girl. And I won't say what team she plays on because we're talking about DCDIVAS.
You got your Achilles heel?
Nah, I broke my fibula.
Yeah. So during
that's my ankle.
Yeah, that was her ankle.
It's that bone right here. You see, I got my.
She's still going through therapy.
Anything broken her? I thought it was this.
No, it was more.
Oh, the femur.
That's the femur.
Oh, I missed the A.
Yeah,
I missed the ending. Oh.
So she told us the story how she, got injured, and then we looked at each other, and we said, I quit.
I saw the high.
Yeah, I looked at her and I was like,
You got scared because you know you was gonna get hurt?
No, I like my feet. I like to walk. My job rely on my feet so I could get around. I have to drive. I have to walk. And I looked at it and I said, no, I can't do it.
And who's on crutches?
It was.
I don't think I wasn't on crutches at that point.
She said somebody.
It was another one of your teammates. It's like one of them was on the young lady. She had a cast on her leg. I forgot who
was
it was.
On her knee?
Oh no,
yeah,
that
from her
was
knee.
One of our runner backs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
She tore.
She actually did break her.
Yeah, yeah. She told me the story.
Oh,
yeah, she told us the story.
Oh my God.
Reality kicked in. Yep, Donna. Yes, it did. Reality kicked in after I saw all the injured, beautiful teammates. And I said to myself, I quit.
Look.
I did, hands down.
My head to her. Because, see, I know, hey, you was a bad boy. Yo.
I wanted to get rid of my frustration.
I got the belt.
And you see the name? Did you see the name, though?
Oh, my God.
DCDIVAS. Now, remind you, I'm all the way up here in Baltimore. DCDIVAS is in D.C. Baltimore have a different football team. Mm-hmm. I had two. I had either Baltimore or DCDIVAS.
Wait a minute. You tried out for both?
No. I looked at the pictures in Baltimore. That's my research. I did the picture of my research, and I looked at the pictures in Baltimore, and I said, they didn't look like DCDIVAS. And I looked at myself and I said, I'm a DC diva. I'm very girly, but I want to be like a manly sport.
She got it misconstrued.
I did.
Yo, you let that looks fool you.
Yes, I did. Even though Baltimore's closer.
She's sorry.
But at the same time, we were doing business with them.
Right.
You know,
so that's a different
my job, we were doing business with them, and I didn't want to cross path.
All right,
so in good faith, you know, I decided to join them. Yeah, and then, you know.
But is one, they are the winningest team in the Women's Football Alliance in 19 seasons. Mm-hmm. That is very important. Mm-hmm. Now, I remember, okay, it's 136, and they only lost 46 games during their whole tenure. Mm-hmm. That means they hit hard. What you mean? I go
to the game. I attended the game, so I know that.
In 19 seasons, do you know how many bitches they put out? Mm-hmm. That's a lot. Do you see? I understand. I don't want to be hit by y'all. I couldn't even take it. I couldn't take it. No, it's 136.
I didn't. For me, I didn't do the research as far as the hit.
No.
I just wanted to get the ball and run. Like I told, I just wanted to grab the ball and run. But like we explained, you know, I figured out when you get the ball, you're the one that's gonna get hit, regardless how fast you're going. And I said, oh God, Jesus. Yeah, she.
If you going outside, she gonna break your hip.
I play on offense. I try to avoid the hip.
She gonna break your hip. She gonna break your hip.
Yeah.
How many hips you broke? Be honest.
No, she hasn't.
All right. How many legs you broke? You broke somebody. Did you put them out of retirement? Be honest.
Nah, never.
No, it's all right. You ain't got to say the player's name.
Nah. You don't play the game for that.
Listen, I know y'all.
It's still football.
Man, people broke. Okay, they owe everybody tired of this foolishness. It's a lot of frustration on that court. Somebody getting broke and y'all don't know nothing about it. When do y'all play again? This is the thing.
Well, we starting, preseason.
When?
We've already started. We've been working since the last game of the season. You know, we on a mission to win championships, so we've just been working, but officially our season starts mainly around the springtime, March, April, around that time through the summer.
Why would you try again? Why would you try again?
She's still going through therapy. It's 2 years later. I'm gonna have 6 inches heels. So yeah, I won't be able to wear 6 inches. No. It's okay. I'll pass.
30 years ago, I would have did it.
But my thing to you though,
I would have did it.
The transition that you went from football to basketball.
How did that come about?
Yeah.
So after I was done playing, I guess basketball, it just really wasn't going in the direction in which I thought it would. You know, your entire life just kind of dreaming about being a basketball player. For me, it was more of a personal reason, after I lost my mother. So a lot of the purpose of playing just wasn't the same. It didn't have the same effect of being an escape for me. So for a while, just kind of was sitting around, not really doing much. When you're an athlete and playing basketball, whatever your sport is, your entire life, and all of a sudden that's not necessarily available, or in the ways or in the competition that you want. It's just like part of your life is kind of silent. And so one day I actually was just watching TV, and I saw the All-American WFA league on YouTube, and so I was just looking like, yo, they really got real women tackle football here. Let me try. So initially I was in New York, and I tried out for a New York team. Wasn't really trying to work with me because I came kind of late in, so it was just kind of like so when I was ready to just transition, I left New York. I came into the DMV area, and I was staying in Maryland, and I saw another game, so I was like, oh, okay. So when I realized that there was a team in DC, because I've seen them once play a New York team, so I just did my research. At that point I was just watching as many YouTube women's football just to see what it was really like,
Right.
And I had played football, like I said, with my brothers and stuff like that. Like, so, growing up as an athlete, tomboy, you out there playing with all the boys. I originally had that natural, skill to play. But I just did my research on it. I thought, it was like, okay, let me see if I can get in there. So I contacted, shout out to Papa Rich. If you watch it,
Papa Rich.
Papa Rich, he's our GM for the Divas, and I contacted him, and when I contacted him, I just missed the tryouts, so I had to wait. But then at that point, COVID hit, because I came here right before the pandemic. I got to the DMV right before then. And so I contacted him. Fortunately, that season, was folded or whatever.
Yeah,
and then
2020.
2020. So 2021 season, I kept in contact. He actually didn't forget about me. And I got his email, and the rest was history. I came and I tried out. I made the team. And I happened to just be blessed enough to be successful.
Because you was already an athlete.
Yeah.
So my thing is, okay, you're already an athlete, but you play basketball. How did you know as far as the formation? Because as far as when it comes to basketball, there's a certain different formation compared to basketball.
It was an easy transition because with basketball, it's a lot of agility.
It's physical.
It's
physical.
just as physical,
Agreed.
except that you can't run somebody over. But as far as you pretty much have been training for all the attributes of being shifty, being athletic, with jumping, sprinting, planting.
It's the same exercise.
It's almost the same, so it was easy to transition
from that over to football. Only difference, like you say, is the hitting.
The only difference really is I had to learn the X and O's. So I didn't really know a lot about football. I just knew how to play it. And so fundamentals and skill and techniques, while that came easy to me, I needed to learn and become a student of the game so I could, help myself become successful. When it came to as far as my position as a tight end, we're on offense, we're also on the line, but we're also a lineman and a receiver. So there's certain things that I need to learn as far as blocking schemes, pass protection schemes and stuff like that, and all this terminology. I wouldn't, I was out there ready to play football. Like, just throw me the ball, let me score, and that's that.
It was more technical.
It was more technical, and that's what I loved about joining DCDIVAS, the organization, just how structured.
Shout out to DCDIVAS.
Absolutely, DCDIVAS.
I got a question in the chat. How long have you played for the DCDIVAS?
So. Technically, this upcoming season will be my 4th year with the organization.
What? You've been hitting people for 4 years?
Well, technically not. I've been hitting people for about a year and a game, because I was injured my second season in the second game.
They still pay you?
Unfortunately, we do not get paid, but this is what it's all about. Pioneering so that, at some point, women do get paid.
They don't get
we
paid.
playing
So
football.
it's you could go up to like baseball. They got AAA, they got AA. I know a little bit about that.
Yeah.
So you got to work your way up to like the NFL for women.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a process for sure.
It's gonna be a
You
process.
still have to, prove, unfortunately, to people that to me there's no gender on the field.
Because they've been, I think you guys been around for like almost 23 years.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
And I have another question. How can we see the games? Are they on TV? Where
You can
is
find us on Facebook, Instagram, DC
DCDIVAS on
IG.
Facebook and on Instagram.
Yeah, we live stream games.
They live stream
you can
games.
Find it on Facebook or
No,
sometimes.
I'm gonna look up them old games.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
I'm
definitely
gonna
go.
do. I be looking at.
So I'm gonna ask a question. When you did your research, because I know when I was doing my research, and that's why I got on Rich about Papa Rich. You guys call him, right?
Yeah.
Do I call him Rich?
Pops.
The owner, Rich Daniels is his name. So when I did my research, I saw the young ladies. They had on sports bra and like some pads. And it looked like some
ain't
bike,
come up to play
like some
games, yo.
underwears.
This is
Oh no, that's
And
a
I
different
was just
type of-
like-
that's a different league.
Yeah, I didn't. I was like, when he introduced himself, he said, "Yeah, I'm the owner, for DC." And I'm like, "Women football," and I'm like, I did my research. Are you the girls that wear the underwears and stuff like that? And he's like, "No," because I chastised him before he responded.
They had those
Yeah, they do
girls?
have the.
No.
Yeah, they do have the.
That's called lingerie football league.
Okay, now learn the
that's a different
terminology.
type of-
Okay,
that's a-
okay.
What type of shit is that?
Yeah, it's.
Like,
Ooh, it's
somebody
different.
can pop out a boob, the purpose.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think they do get paid. I'm
They
not.
do.
I'm not.
Where they
I'm not
hiring?
certain on that, but
Where they hiring?
I'm not showcasing.
Right now. Shit, they getting paid. Oh, so I ain't got no stretch marks.
But you put on your underwear, sports bra, and some shoulder pads,
What?
and just go for
Yo,
it.
I'm
That's
gonna-
basically what you're doing.
we play
I
with-
will cheat.
we got shoulder
And I'm gonna
pads.
bite your ass.
helmets.
Trust me, I'm a cheat.
That's how I wanted to see the helmets. I mean, I saw it, but I wanted to showcase.
I should have brought my helmet. I wasn't
I know.
thinking. I should have put that right there.
Yep.
Do you wear a full uniform like the football players?
Yes.
So you wear pads, padding,
Yes.
cleats.
Cleats.
Did you see the colors?
No, them colors is tight. That's like
Commanders.
No, the burgundy.
Commanders.
You signed
Commanders.
You go, girl.
Commanders from DC.
Divas.
You signed
Right, the
it.
Divas.
Yeah, the Divas.
No, I'm talking about the color. That's the color of the season.
Oh, it's like fall.
Oh yeah, that's
the color of the
true.
season.
Yeah,
I want a pair of boots that color.
We'll hook you up.
Yo,
Next we'll
that's
get you
what's
some.
up.
Yeah,
I need
hook you up.
that. That's the
Definitely.
color. I be keeping
Yeah,
my
you
with
gotta
my
go
old
to
ass.
the game. You gotta
Yeah,
attend
can I
some of the
come
games.
to some games?
Yeah, come on.
I forgot to say the color. What's the color?
But burgundy?
It's bloody something.
Oh, I didn't know it changed
No,
a
it's
different
the
name.
color of burgundy, and I
Maroon and
forgot to
gold.
say it.
Oh.
Somebody, if there's somebody
best
in
colors.
the chat know what I'm talking about, okay? That color is in style, and I want a pair of them.
I didn't
want
know
some
there's
boots.
another color
Patent
besides
leather.
burgundy.
Yo, I'm trying to come out here sexy as hell.
Word.
With the burgundy.
I want
Burgundy.
some thigh
With burgundy. It's
Yeah.
burgundy.
Let her do her thing with the burgundy thigh highs
Going to
and
events and
come
stuff.
to a game.
I'm coming up in there to slay. Y'all better hope I don't be like that 65-year-old lady
okay.
pitting shit back and shit.
Oh, with the plastic.
You
That's
see
what they
though?
got the face
She
tape.
know what I'm talking about.
You gotta
She
have
know
the
what I'm
face
talking about.
the face tape with some hair on top, and they be hiding.
No,
They usually hide it. Yeah, they
She
do.
really looked like she was 65.
I don't know which one that was,
She did all
but
that pitting and she still look old as hell.
So I know you guys go through your season, right?
Yeah.
It starts from April,
To when?
and you go all the way until
July, because the
it's pretty short
fall
season.
is it's April through to July.
So since you guys don't get paid, most of you guys have a full-time job.
Absolutely.
So this is like
Absolutely.
they work full-time,
And then some mothers, it's a mother.
and they have
got
parents.
mothers,
Yes,
yes,
they have
yes.
mothers.
That's
Yeah.
dedication.
Yeah, we take care of our own though. We'll have practice, and then on the sideline you see a whole daycare going on. Like we have mothers out here who are really dedicated to the team, to the sport, just overall greatness. So
No, I can't.
It's a but then you think about it. You always call yourself old. I'm not gonna call you old, but when you get well seasoned, you know your body is telling you like, no, I don't think so.
I can't do it.
Yeah, you're well seasoned.
And I don't have no shame.
But you know, she's still
no shame.
She's still, you know.
I can still dance though. I was on that pole.
Everybody can dance. Everybody can dance. Everybody can dance. But okay, yes, you can.
Yeah, I paid.
Ain't nothing wrong with
2 weeks for that one.
Yo,
I paid for 2 weeks for that. When I went down like that, it caught me.
And what happened? And what happened when you went down? Did you come back up?
Yo,
It took you
I
out.
killed it.
Then what happened?
Yo, tell her, y'all.
Then basically what happened was
Tell her. I killed it.
you killed it. You went down. You came back up.
I forgot I was 58.
Basically,
but I did it.
Well
and
seasoned.
I didn't even hold on to it. I went down.
Well seasoned.
Yeah. Yo, did you see it?
So
I killed it.
most of the players that you guys have though, are they transitioning out of college, high school? They're coming out of 8-hour jobs, and then they will play. Or most of them are athletes, or some of them aren't. You guys are
we got a variety of women coming coming to try out and on this team. We got some who are fresh out of college, some who are maybe at some point we have a high school player. She's old enough to sign up with parental, all that things. And we got older women, professionals from all over, lawyers, police officers, teachers, women who've been athletes, track stars, that come from track, all different backgrounds of sports. Just a group of women who are, fierce athletes. So,
I remember earlier you talked about your mom. How did your mom feel? As far as you coming out to be like, yeah, Mom, from basketball, Mom, I'm gonna go play football.
Well, I lost my mom before.
Football. Okay. Sorry to hear that.
Almost 16 years. I was about 20, so she wasn't real too. It's funny you asked me that question because she wasn't too keen on the whole basketball thing. It was just a lot. I'm one of 7 in my family, so it was just maybe, for a single mother, it was probably just too much. So she was like, you don't play basketball, you out there with your brothers, but to get into it organized was something she wasn't really willing to learn. But she gave in at a certain point. I'm just so grateful that she did, because that kind of paved the way for my entire your
life, your journey.
My journey.
Your journey.
So,
and she attended, I know you were in Syracuse, so she attended most of your games there. Yeah, and then after you were in Kansas, so after you transitioned over to Pittsburgh.
So my family, unfortunately, weren't really able to come see a whole lot of games.
Because you're so far away from
I went pretty far away, but even then, just financially, it was just really hard to do that and pack up 6 other kids.
Why did you go so far?
When I was recruited there, it wasn't really about, I didn't process any of that. It was mainly just basketball. Am I going to go to a team where I can play? I didn't really have that type of mindset, or really guided into thinking in those certain things. When I made my decision, it was mainly based on basketball and basketball only, having an athlete, which I think is really important, that a lot of people who are coming out, going into that process, have a clear understanding of who they are and what they want to do, and where they should go. So I found out, later for me in my spirit, I had to kind of.
I want to ask you something. It's real important. You went to college. You got your degree out of them, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes. 2. I got 2.
You got 2 of them.
Yeah.
You got 2 of them.
Tell
Administration of Justice and Legal Studies. Yeah. When I transferred, I had to sit out a year of playing basketball. So I actually did 5 years.
So when you transitioned from Kansas over there to Pittsburgh, you had to sit down.
I had to sit, so I gained an extra year.
She did an extra year to finish her class.
So that year that you was sitting down, were you were practicing and stuff like that? Because
I just couldn't travel with the team or compete into games.
How did that feel?
It was all right. It was time for me to really learn the system and see where I fit in. Definitely helped me because I was able to concentrate on making better grades and going to class and
wow, that's amazing.
Those things, yeah.
Black girl magic.
Awesome,
She got that degree up out of there. She ain't leave you
If
out
I
that
wasn't
degree.
leaving no other way, I had to
commend
get that.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. You didn't let them, you got what you was with to get.
At the end of the day,
You know,
At the end of the
sometimes the end of the road comes.
So now that you're pretty young,
Yeah.
thank you.
you know, you're pretty young.
Yes, you are, baby.
Thank you very much.
Now that you're going through your therapy and whatnot for your leg, are you going to be able to play hopefully next year, 2024?
Absolutely.
She's an athlete.
Absolutely.
By April, you think you'll be healed by then to be able to play it?
See it in
100%.
Okay, so how long do you see your career span? Because I know you have some of the players that go, I think the last one I saw, she was like 51 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I know in the male football, they're like, 40, you old, like they were doing with Tom Brady.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
oh my God, he's old. And it's like there's a lady on that
Aaron
team,
Rodgers,
51,
yeah.
still
Aaron
going at it.
Yeah, that's beast.
So how far do you see your career being a DC
We
Diva?
gotta talk about him. Aaron Rodgers of the Jets. That's what y'all get. New York for paying for all that money for that old man who took that money from Mississippi. We gonna keep it moving.
Age is just a number, Miss Lisa.
I'm sorry.
I just said she got somebody on the team that's 51 years old.
No, he took his old and he effed around and found out on the first game he got tore up with his old butt. They gave him all that money for nothing.
It's all good. He got
No,
your change.
so,
He got
how
banked.
many talented people? He's old. Go sit your
No,
old.
age is just a number.
don't
That's
know.
the way.
I
If
just
your
don't
body
like
say you
him.
can still do it,
I just don't like him.
you can. Right, that's what you don't like. You don't like him.
Because I feel that he wasn't worth
The amount of-
39 million at 39.
But he put his time in. What are you talking about?
But he
that
broke
man
up.
put his
They held him
That's
for-
your opinion. He don't think so. When he go to the gym and he do his practice or whatever, they saw it. They was like,
he came to the Jets. That was the worst thing that they ever did. They should have paid that rookie.
He
who
got paid.
them up. No,
so getting back to Miss Phro. So Phro. So where do you see yourself?
Go ahead.
2024, you're gonna start back paying. You know, after you go through your therapy and whatever.
Right.
How many years do you see yourself continue doing this, and where do you transition from there after you say like maybe 5, 10 years? Okay, I'm gonna do this. Transition over. I know they have later on. They have flag football coming up in DC too. Do you see yourself transition there as far as coaching? So I'm gonna let you take the floor.
Wow. I don't see myself playing flag. I don't really like playing flag.
What about coaching?
I do.
I can see that. You
Coaching.
got
So I do love to coach, but I prefer one-on-one or small setting. I don't really think I'm like coaching as far as teams and things like that. Cause I prefer to stick to like techniques and skill development and stuff like that. But I'm going until I feel like I can't go anymore, until there's nothing left that I could give to me and the organization or just my personal attributes as an athlete. So I'm here to move, and that's why I can't. People think about this injury. It's been tough because you kind of got to think about where you're gonna be after that, or what kind of athlete you're gonna be. I didn't really let that process in my mind about it. I was talking about that earlier coming here when I broke my fibula. I didn't believe it was broken.
Yeah, can you talk about that? Can you go just a little bit about when you broke it?
my God.
Yeah, so I think about it. I know it's April 16th, fourth quarter, last 4 minutes.
Damn.
April 16th, when?
April 16th, 2022.
Okay.
Last quarter,
fourth quarter, last 4.
Yeah, go ahead.
4
Paint
minutes.
the picture.
Yeah,
Of the game. All right, yeah. This is the picture. If I can, spit it out very vividly.
She remember that shit.
Yeah, April 16, 2022. Playing against a team. I'm not going to mention this.
Yeah, don't mention the team.
Yeah. Last quarter, fourth quarter, last 4 minutes. I want to say last time I look up at the clock. We was in pass protection, which the line kind of comes back and protect the quarterback. And around this time was like nothing coming my way, and I hadn't really been thrown anything all game. And I was just like, nah, F this. It's nothing coming my way. I'm going out for a route. Like, I need my love. I need. We like, and at this time, we probably like at the, I don't know, 15, 20 yard line, you know, in our direction. So I'm like, you know, forget this. I'm going out. And the moment I went to go step out, girl fell in the back of my ankle. And so when I fell down, it really wasn't like an instant feeling that I felt, but then I did feel something just kind of like crack or pop, right? But it kind of felt like how you would like crack your knuckle or something, like that.
Like you just cracked your eye.
I just did that. Like it wasn't like, you know, and, you know, I just don't break anything. I've been an athlete my entire life and, you know, have some injuries, but that to me wasn't real. But my entire leg was numb. I knew that for a fact. I couldn't feel anything. And so when I went to get up to my wide receiver coach, and one of the trainers came over to, you know, check me out, whatever. So I'm just like, I don't feel anything. I know that was a bad thing. Nothing, you know, I was just mad as hell that, you know. So I got up, tried to put some weight on it. Couldn't put no weight on it. It was just a numb limp. And so I got carried off. So I'm talking to the trainer, and I'm just kind of trying to still focus on the game. The game is over, by the way. We've already pretty much lost the game. So the doctor's just like, yeah, you got a high ankle sprain. No one ever said broken. A sprain to me, when you say a sprain, it's just a sprain.
Put some ice on it.
Put some ice on it, maybe some little Epsom salt later, and I'm good, you know. So he was telling me, he said, yeah, he looked me dead in my eyes and said, you have a high ankle sprain. You're going to need surgery, most likely screws, and you're done for the season.
I mean, you had surgery?
Yeah, I had surgery.
Oh, yeah, she did.
What the hell?
Yeah,
but you missed part of the story though.
I'm gonna get there. So
in the chat, somebody in the chat says smart sports is so hard on the body.
Yes.
No,
yeah,
but they fucked you up. I'm sorry.
But there's a part that she missed though. Before she got to the doctor that night.
Oh yeah,
tell me that night.
Oh jeez.
Yeah,
I didn't
believe. Oh Lord.
I didn't.
Lord have mercy. Lord.
I didn't believe my I didn't believe my ankle was broke. He says I ankle sprain. Just felt like I just had a really bad sprain. So I didn't go to the ER or anything that night. I went home.
You went what?
I went home. And my shorty at the time, my lady friend at the time, she was there with me, you know, held me down. Shout outs to you.
Hi, wifey. Hi. How you doing?
But, you know, so that night I slept on it or whatever. I elevated just thinking I could ice it and the swelling or whatever go down. So it wasn't until the next day when I got up to use, you know, get up in the morning, use the bathroom. When I dropped my foot, whatever gravity pulled down, whatever I was supposed to feel, I didn't feel. I felt it in that moment. And I said, all right, yeah, let's go to the ER.
Because that drilling it. That
had me down. Yeah, so when I asked him, you know, I said, what you mean out for the season? I'm not out for the season.
You know what? For that one, hit that like button. Shout out to Doctor. For that one, hit that like button.
Yeah.
Everybody hit that like button.
Yeah.
That was a good story. That was a good story.
Yeah, but then they told me when I had crutches. You know, I had to get wheeled off. I had crutches, went home and everything. When I went to the ER, when I went to the receptionist, she was like, it looks broken. So I just kind of looked at her like, don't tell me my ankle broken. You know who I am? Like, I'm an athlete. Like, no, my ankle's not broken. Sure enough, got the x-ray. It was
broken.
Completely broken. It was completely broken, like a slice down my fibula. It was bad. It was real bad.
It was a clean crack?
It wasn't too clean. It was like but it was diagonal.
Was she like 200 and some change?
This girl was probably the biggest defender on the team.
She was big.
How tall is she? Like
she's probably like 6'3", 6'4", yeah.
Yeah, and she's like what? You like 6 feet?
She's
6'3". Yeah, she's 6.
You 6'3"?
Nah, I'm not 6'3".
No, I know because I'm 5'8". She's 6 feet.
Yeah.
If I put some Grace Jones here,
200 and change came down. Yeah.
And I already didn't have real big legs anyway. But it was just,
Damn. I can't.
So you see how God work? I saw her in the field. She's doing the darn thing, and God just happened to show me reality. I didn't do my research.
She was not with it after that.
She told me that story and told us the story, and we looked at each other in the eye, and we said, "Nah." No.
She was done after.
No.
I don't believe.
I mean, I quit. I quit.
She really went out and tried out. Yo,
I did. I tried out. They thought we knew what we were doing. We knew nothing about football.
Crazy as hell.
Yeah, but we didn't do that research. Well, I mean, I watch football. You see, Dennis and I, we watch football all the time. Boxing.
You did not know in football that you get hit.
No, I know I was gonna get hit. I didn't mind getting hit.
Sometimes.
But I don't want to break. I wasn't looking forward to breaking my leg. Not everybody on the team broke their leg. There's not a lot of women on that team.
It happens, though.
Yeah, it happens,
It happens, yes.
So I'm looking at it like I'm gonna be that one. It's not gonna happen too. However, when you told us the story, and I was just like,
oh my
God, dude, nah.
Girl or man or woman, football is football.
Yeah, football is football. I was gonna catch the ball and run.
Yo, you crazy.
Frustration.
It's not
crazy.
It's not a soft sport.
It's not.
Ain't no way in the hell.
But how you gonna call me crazy? You the one that said if you were younger, you were gonna do the same thing.
That was
so you just as crazy as I was.
30 years ago.
I don't care where you. How many years ago?
I'm hitting nothing right now.
Miss Lisa.
I ain't hitting nothing.
Because you well seasoned. But if you were younger, you know, you would have gone into there and you would have get hit and somebody would have hit you too.
They gonna lock me up. I ain't hit nothing.
So what's your plan? Like, okay, 2024, you go back and play.
Cause see what she said. She said.
Wait. Hold on. Let me finish my point. So 2024, you said you're gonna go back to play, and then you don't know how far. You're just gonna go as far as your body gonna take you.
As far as my mind and my body will take me, because I don't get into the whole too old for this, too old for that thing. It's like I didn't get into you broken. You can't, it's going to be harder.
God bless you, sister.
Yes,
I get into that. Everything is mine. It's a God mind, God power of the mind. So I try to stick to that and, see how far. Well, I know how far it's going to go, as far as I can get.
So this question killing me. All right, I want to say, we forgot.
Oh, the sponsors.
There you go.
Ooh. This gonna get us. We gotta give it up to our sponsors. Miss Lisa, you wanna take that on?
Please go to our sponsor at Norma D
Trousers.
On
Norma D
Trousers. That's Dennis' fault. Because I got him last week. Okay. We're gonna start all over.
Start over.
Please go to Norma D's Treasure on eBay and go check out. She has thousands of things used and new. Also, I want y'all to hit that like button.
Oh yeah.
I want y'all to hit that like button because I'm gonna really get on that. Hit that like button.
Like, share, and comment, subscribe. That's all we need you guys to do.
We need y'all to do that.
But we thank you for always coming back to our show.
I need to answer this one question though. You said that coaching, you think if you was the coach, you would rather coach one-on-one. You rather be one-on-one. You ever thought about opening a business and doing that? Because that's a very lucrative business, especially in Townsend.
Absolutely. I thought about it, but right now
you just want to play football.
Right now I'm focused on my own personal, your
own thing that you want to do.
As an athlete. I just
that's how I found
I'm trying to really define for myself as an athlete of getting back to what I love to do.
Look at the chat. Miss Phro, you are amazing and do your thing. Thank you, Miss Donna. Thank you, Yo, her stuff wrapped up right now. Yo, she a real one.
Thank you.
My punk behind couldn't take that. They would have carried me. They would have put me to sleep.
Oh, I know what my question was. We forgot this.
We be forgetting.
What was it like the first time you got hit?
Oh, that's a good one.
I absolutely loved it. I wanted some more.
You did that getting out there? Have you ever got the?
I got popped. Like I got really hit.
Like a helmet.
It was
in
a
your
helmet
ribs.
blindside type of. That was the first hit. The second hit.
Cheating.
Nah, I mean it is what it is.
If they hit you with your helmet like that, that's cheating.
I wanted some get back, but I was on offense.
Right.
I think that was a kick return or kickoff or something like that. I got hit on. Yeah, it was all right. Even if as hard as a hit it was, I got, I was there.
See, your first hit was that like an adrenaline rush for you? You wish you wanted to jump
it
back
made me
in
feel like I'm really out here playing football.
We playing.
Like
we
playing. Like this is.
That's what happened.
And it's nothing I'm not used to for real. I grew up with brothers. I got all male cousins and like that. That they played rough, so I could take a, like you say, take a hit to give a hit.
Yes, I take a hit to give a hit.
So, and then the second time I got hit, that was like one of the hardest hits. Yeah, the second time I got hit, I liked it. I liked it. Yeah.
So you saying you like getting hit?
I like getting hit. I like giving hits. I like being in the essence of the game.
Okay.
As far as she like to hit, to take a hit.
Yep.
But, the show is almost over, Miss Cordelia. And we want to say our last few words to her. Is there anything she want to ask her?
Excellent. I think my last
question.
I was about to ask a question, but I'm well seasoned too, and my question disappeared out of my head. So not right now. I forgot my question, Michelle.
Well, I'm gonna say, make sure y'all go and check out DCDIVAS 2023-2024 women's tackle football season. Definitely looking to rebuild, and our mission is always to win that championship, bring that thing home. So make sure y'all come out and respect and show love. Yeah, you can catch us on DCDIVAS Facebook. DCDIVAS on IG. It's gonna be a great show. We got a lot of hard hitters coming, great athletes, women's ready to ball, bring home that ring. So make sure y'all go and check us out,
You see, boy, when she talking about that football, she ain't playing. I do this with some of the guys. Last week, Colin Frazier got away with it. But when you come back, I'm going to ask you this question. You remember your question?
It just popped into my head. But you weren't around. But I was going to ask you if you want to touch a little bit, or if you guys supported. You remember when Colin Kaepernick did the knee back in the days, or whatever the case might be? How did you feel about that, and did that kind of like stagnate you as far as like, man, I don't know if I want to continue or join a football team? That was my question.
That didn't really
deter you from being like,
because I was mainly focused on what was instilled personally and where I wanted to go as an athlete, and what I needed to do, because this was my second wave of finding an escape from healing. It's part of form for me of healing and things like that. So I didn't really get into much of the political aspects of football. It's a game. I think what he did was an amazing thing to kind of set off the narrative of how things go. And when you are seasoned and you have the maturity, you understand certain things, you know how to move in a room full of vultures. And so all those things, right. I don't really let that tempt my spirit or mine. But I think that was a great thing, just to get some notice on what's really going on in the world. Absolutely.
This is the last question of the show. Last question.
How you gonna dictate? What's the last question?
I'm just saying.
All right, go ahead.
I'm just saying.
I'll
just dictated to me.
So you want to dictate to me?
No, I can't.
I thought we were a team. This is a girl.
Only thing I want to ask you, what I want to ask
Go ahead, Lacey.
You believe in UFOs? It's ladies' night, y'all. We do what we want to do. Okay? It's ladies' night. I told you it's ladies' night.
I do.
I got one. He told me he don't believe it. He said he'll believe it when I bring an alien and sit it on the couch. That's what he told me. He told me bring the alien and sit it on the couch.
Wait, Miss Lisa, Mike said great interview.
Thank you.
We see you, Miss Lisa.
Thank you.
Shout out.
We got a football player.
Is there anything that you want to leave with the family?
Yes,
I know you transitioned from basketball to football. You had a little hiccup in between or whatnot, in life, and then you transitioned to football. What would you leave for somebody that's out there transitioning, not only only in sports, but in life or career or whatever path they're going to.
All right, 2 minutes. We got because we about to go. We on the countdown. We on the countdown.
Okay. That's a great question.
How about we answer that on Instagram?
This would be short.
No, she got time.
She got time?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Leave me alone.
One thing that really helped me kind of figure this out is I got maybe just 2 short things that I kind of, or 3 that I kind of live by. The first one is want, will, wisdom, win. You know, if you know what you think,
will, wisdom,
win.
Want, will, wisdom, win.
I like
know
that.
what it is that you want.
That.
You know, be willing to do all the things that you need to do, sacrifice, understand and have the knowledge of what you're doing. Bring that wisdom to whatever it is that you're trying to bring to. And then you got those that want, that will, and that wisdom. The opportunities for you to win is endless. So I try to live by that. And then the second thing that I would tell them, and this is all, you know, based on your discernment, you know, wherever your spirit leads to, you know, try to calm all the noise around you so that you can hear the messages. And I think throughout my life and having this transition, not only through athletics, but spiritually, has got me to a point where my mind is so different. If my mind is different, my body is different, my spirit is, you know, now becoming a shield to everything. So with that, mind of a God, heart of a lion, spirit of a dynamic force.
I love it.
I try to keep that, and I live by that.
Yes,
and
Could you say that again?
Mind
of a God, heart of a lion, and the spirit of a dynamic force.
Boy, we finally got it out of her at the end of the interview.
Yes, that was
awesome. Was on y'all.
Awesome.
Keeping that intact and understand who you are, know who you are, overstand who you are. Don't stand under who you are, but overstand who you are. And everything else, you can literally create your own reality. And that's just what I said. And anybody who's feeling like they is always, you know, being tackled down or pushed down every time they trying to rise, and I stand on this and I leave this here, but it says you can find it something my motto for about over 10 years since I lost my mother. It's F7G8, and that's fall 7, get up 8. You can never be down more than you can get back up. So as anybody who's going through that, just keep those things in mind, and you know your opportunities and anything that you want to achieve is endless. Yeah.
You know what? It was so crazy in what she said. Dennis says the same thing. We off the air.
It's over.
Dennis says the same thing. Only thing he do is he wrap this up. Good night.
Your talent will make room for you.
That's a wrap.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
what?
for tuning
That's
in.
how you do a show. With ladies night and the feelings right. Whoa, the ladies. We got a good old interview.
Oh, what a night. Get it.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
It's a cold, cold world, a cold one. It's a cold, cold world. Yeah. It's a cold, cold world, a cold one. It's a cold, cold world. Yeah. I've been looking to the stars like I'm a astronaut, and this pain hurts so much, so I smoke that gas a lot. I've been hiding from myself cause I tryna get caught, and you know I right my wrongs. That's some shit that I can't stop now. I've been searching for my soul cause it's been missing. Imagine cooking breakfast, bullets flying through the kitchen. How you wait for it to